Thank you and welcome to today's conversation. Welcome to today's episode. So today I am going to be having a conversation with a tech diplomat who is right here in the studio with me. He's right now as we are going into this conversation, he's actually busy, but somehow he's going to spare some of his time to participate in this conversation so that we can hear some nuggets of wisdom from him. So this tech diplomat is by name I call Mark Angel. Okay, Mark, you are welcome on board.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so Mark, I want to go straight to some of the conversations that we will use to lay the foundation to this conversation. Okay, one of the questions will be coming your way in this direction. I'm pretty sure we didn't have any preparation towards this, right? Okay, cool. So I told you that random conversations are where we bring out the best and all. So let's try this. You've spent a few days at the Diplomat Center.
Yeah.
Would you say that you have been impacted or influenced in the positive sense within these few days you've spent at the Diplomat Center? There are some new things you have been exposed to. Can you try to share with us?
Yeah, to a very great extent. I think there's been some form of improvement on some of the ideas I know before now, and I think it's a great step toward the right direction.
Okay, you believe that some of the things you've been exposed to, some of the conversations you've been exposed to within this period of time has been positive? Do you think they are in any way shaping, do you think they are in any way have the capacity to shape someone's thought process towards manifestation of their ideal self?
Yeah, I think I agree. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
In what sense, please, can you try to make us understand?
Okay. If you believe in what you know alone, I think one cannot move forward in life.
So the person will make a shipwreck.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think one should always perspire to want to know more, because what you perspire can actually inspire you to go to that next level that can change your generation forever. So this is something that you should always be curious and be very inquisitive to want to add to what you know, and this will definitely influence your practical thinking and decision making in life.
Okay, so if I got you correctly, you are saying that by your exposure with the Diplomat Center, by your contact with the Diplomat Center, you see something that you can perceive to look like a structure?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, look at this. I told you earlier today that I was gonna go take a lecture, right? Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. The lecture I went to take was from Jordan B. Peterson, Maps of Meaning. Maps of Meaning. Okay, so while I listened to Jordan B. Peterson, I try to be alone, and I need either pen and paper, or I have to carry my notes. Do you understand me?
Okay.
Like my notepad, and I must write. It's a must. So while I was taking that lecture, I wrote some things down. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, and there's a way I write when I listen to him. I try to, extract the juice. I try to condense, or let's say demystify what he is trying to communicate in a manner that I can be able to communicate it to people who might not have the patience and the time to follow him word for word and understand, searching out the meaning of these words that he uses to teach, because he has his own vocabulary, right? Okay, cool. So look at this. Look at what I wrote. Almost everything is dependent on perception. Almost everything is dependent on perception, and perception itself is dependent on action. While on the other hand, action is dependent on goal. Goal is dependent on value. Note that perception is action predicated, which might be another reason some persons will rather not want to discover purpose. Should I take that again?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is the note. I said almost everything is dependent on perception, and perception itself is dependent on action. Now, I think we should break it down.
Okay.
When we speak of perception, this is what we mean. If we come to your house now, if we come to your family house today,
okay,
we are likely going to see frames, pictures placed on the walls or by the sides, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you discover that those pictures, there is always a frame around them. Now, that frame is used to give focus. I mean, you discover that when you see a frame, you try to look at what is at the middle of it, what is at the center of it,
what is it holding,
what is it housing, right? What is it holding? So now look at this. Everything you hear, every word you hear as we have this conversation, the first thing that happens to your mind is it places a frame around that word. Okay, now in this frame that your mind will place around the word, there will be a positive polarity and a negative polarity to it. Okay, it's either you say that that picture is beautiful, wonderful, amazing, or you say it is not good. There must be like the two direction of interpretation. There is either negative or positive. Good. Now that frame helped you to concise that description. That it is because of that frame that you were able to give the interpretation of what is at the middle of that place. Okay, so now he says in this place, almost everything is dependent on perception. Almost everything is dependent on perception. I think you have a bit of understanding of what I mean now by this word perception now.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Everything is dependent on perception, and perception is in itself is dependent on action. Look at this. Let's use the last line I read here to interpret this one. I said something like this. I wrote something like this here. Perception is action predicated. Perception is action predicated. When you perceive something, it puts you, when you perceive something, reaction, like something happens within your cognitive domain, right? Your perception of something puts you to a place of action. Okay, let me,
that is I think I get what you mean.
Okay, let's use the romantic industry now to cast an interpretation to this.
Okay.
When a man perceives or captures an image of a woman that is seductive,
wow,
there is an action that takes place in the man's body. There's reactions like that begins to, like the neurons begins to fire, right?
Yeah.
Now, and it sends a message to a certain part of the body that will want to go to a place of action. Perception is action predicated.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? When I place a gun on this desk, the things that comes to your mind is to look at the trigger, like to find a way to shoot, because when you see gun, what comes to mind is shoot, right?
Yeah.
When I place a car before you, what comes to mind is drive.
Yeah.
Perception is action predicated. When I place a goal in front of you, let's say when I place a purpose in front of you, you want to execute, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Perception is action driven, is dependent on action, while on the other hand, action is dependent on goal. Now, action is dependent on goal. Look at this. Action is dependent on goal. What goal are you pursuing that is putting you to a place of work? Did you understand that now?
Yeah.
Wait, let me read it again. Please pay attention to this now. Watch. This is a little twisted. Action is dependent on goal. If the only thing that makes you to think, the only thing that makes you to come to a place of action is if that which is presented to you is something you really need or want to do. I don't know if you get my point. If I present to you what you don't like doing, you discover that you will be dull, you won't be quite active doing it. Are you getting my point now? Now you are a tech guy. Just imagine that you got to the Diplomat Center and you didn't perceive gadgets that puts you at your best. Do you think you can actually do something meaningful? You discover that you'll be limited. Okay, good. Action is dependent on goal. Like, okay, what goal are you trying to pursue as a tech guy? Okay, let's use this question now to interpret it further. What goal are you pursuing as a tech guy? Like, do you have a unique goal you are pursuing? Definitely. Okay, can you paint a picture of it? Can you try to borrow us a frame that we can use to perceive what you are trying to pursue?
Knowledge of this discipline. I find myself in.
Okay.
I want to also gain more practical.
Okay, now let's perceive this now as a goal. Watch this. Action is dependent on goal. Now, the only thing that puts you to a place of action is this goal that you have presented. Is it not true? That is what actually made you to enter a vehicle, transported yourself to this place. Are you getting me? There is a goal in your head that the only thing that can put you to a place of action is the only thing that can put you to a place of action is when you perceive a structure that can offer that goal. Right? Okay. Now, action is dependent on goal, and goal is dependent on value. Now watch this. Goal is dependent on value. Goal is dependent on value. What do you think that line is saying? Look at this. It said goal is dependent on value. Watch this. Everything is structured. Okay? And the only way that we can understand structures is through what we call a story. Okay? Now, stories are like hierarchical structures with which we understand the world. Like hierarchical structures with which we interpret the word. Okay? Now, if you hear the story of David in the scriptures, you are looking at the story of an ideal, someone that fulfilled purpose, someone that followed the path of destiny, something like that, right? Now, when you hear the story of Paul in the scriptures, it is a story that talks about a man who wandered away, who was arrogant in his ignorance until he had a transcendent experience and followed the path of truth, something like that, right? Now, and there are so many people across the globe who are in a state, who are also in the phase that Paul was at some point in his life. Now, by hearing that story of Paul, they can transform to become an ideal, just like Paul transformed, right? Yeah. To become an ideal. So you discover that these stories are what we use to communicate value. Now, coming to a place of value here now, saying that it is dependent on value. Look at this. There are stories that we refer to as meta stories, or stories that are quite sophisticated. The quality of a story, the quality of the story you have access to is, you can also interchange the word story with information. The quality of information or the quality of story you have access to will determine what you will manifest in reality. The quality of the story. Are you getting me now?
Yeah.
So now look at, please, so that I can connect this now. It said goal is dependent on value. Now, if you have a story that is of high value, watch this now. If you are presented with a story which is a hierarchical structure that we use to interpret the world, so if you are presented with a sophisticated story, right, what do you think it can offer you? Like a story that its value is high, what do you think it can offer you in reality?
It will definitely change my mindset, and I will definitely be a result at the end of the day.
It will definitely. What kind of result do you think?
Positive result.
Good. Now it is also a valued, or it is going to be a result that should be valued in the same manner that story is valued.
Yes.
For example, look at the West today. There are stories with which the West has used to structure themselves to come to the place of manifestation of what we are seeing and running to. Now, just imagine that we have access to such stories. What do you think it can offer us?
We'll definitely manifest.
We will definitely manifest what they are manifesting,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
But what do you think has been the major hindrance in tapping into these kind of stories that we have come to see that it is working in the hand of certain people? Why? What do you think is always holding us back and tapping into these stories?
I feel it's our, we are seeing a light, but we're just failing to accept it. I think it's a thing of the mind. We don't want to tap into what somebody has discovered, the light that they've seen, and I think it's not really a good one. But I think seeing something of value to someone should be something that everybody should want to tap into to see how they can benefit from those potential, those other persons that are actually portraying it are benefiting from.
Okay.
So that's how I think about it. So yeah.
Now look at this.
Okay.
As a tech guy, every computer package that you have mastery of, that you know how to manipulate in the positive sense, every of these packages that you have gained mastery of, have you come to notice that you can only pass it on by communicating it to another person?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, do you also know that the quality of the packages that you have come to know today, the quality of those let's say, what will you call them? We can refer to them as packages, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like the things you can teach as a tech.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, their quality will determine what those you are giving it to will manifest in reality.
Yes, I definitely cannot give them what I don't have.
And you cannot give what you don't have, right?
Yes.
Now, if, for example, you are making the case that you have values, right? You will notice that you are definitely going to attract people towards making contact with these values. Right? And when you attract these people, you are only going to use a means called communication, to give it out. And this communication are going to be the way you will communicate it are going to be structured. right? They are going to be structured. Are you saying it now?
Yeah.
So at every level, for example, a beginner, someone who has not who has no knowledge of what you do, coming to you, there's a place you will start in passing that information. You see, it's hierarchical, but at the end of the day, it's something that was, passed on as a story. You are going to tell it, you are going to talk, you are going to communicate. All of those are communications, all of those are storytelling. But now, the major problem we often have is there's what we call arrogance and ignorance. You already know this, right?
Yeah.
But there is no structure with which it can be passed, and the value it carries will be manifested. Now, but when we make contact with a structure like that, we do what? We come to a place of action. True of us?
Yeah.
You get my point now?
Yeah.
So, if we do away with arrogance of the intellect or arrogance and ignorance, you will discover that each and every one of us will continue to run to people who are telling stories that are giving birth to something of value. Right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, just as we are here now, if you and I read something in the internet today, or from a book, that if you do something like this and do it like this and follow it this way and follow it that way, it will give birth to so and so result, and somehow that result it promised is what we are looking for. What do you think you and I will do? We will jump into it.
Yes, that's true.
Are you getting the point now?
Yes.
We will jump right into it, and jumping right into it is that we are going to start learning it, right?
Yeah.
Trying it, testing it, practicing it. Is it not true?
Yeah.
So we are going to enter a place of action by reason of what we have perceived. So you see that perception is action predicated.
That's deep.
You understand it now?
Yeah.
Perception is action. Now it now necessitates that we should be careful of the things we perceive. If you are perceiving things that are, for example, if what you watch every day, what someone watch every day is something like comedy, like things that make them laugh. Are you getting me? Like, it simply means that they will live a very funny life.
Yeah.
Do you understand me now? That their life will be a comedy, a manifestation. There won't be any seriousness to their life. Even their understanding of life is a joke.
Honestly.
They will still be thinking that life is a joke. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
This is what they are perceiving, and the action is giving them is playing. But when you perceive something that is of value, you will discover that you will step up your game to tap into the value. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Sir, if whatever you are watching on your screen by the day decides the action you get into, the conversation you are hearing per time decides what you manifest in reality. Take a look at this. Since you've been at the Diplomat Center, we've been in the conversations that are related to reading, right? Communicating, right? Now you discover one of the first funny video you made was with a book by Femi Otedola, right?
Yeah.
Now you have recorded a video that was, that video has the chance of going viral and influencing a lot of lives, right?
Yeah.
At the library, you picked up the mic and you started recording.
Yeah.
In the compound, you picked up the mic and we are flowing already.
Yeah.
Now, when you listen to it, you are like, am I the one doing this?
Yes.
Are you getting the point now?
Yeah.
Now, by reason of the conversation you are having, something is coming out of it. In physicality, it's not something that is going to take time. Like, you have started manifesting it already, just by reason of conversation. You haven't even gotten deep into the documents. Just by reason of the conversation, you are manifesting already.
Yeah.
And you are happy that you are manifesting. And if you continue like this, automatically, I mean, like you are an industry of your own. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Now, by reason of continuing this process, what it will amount to is that goal you made mention of, that you had in mind, that brought you down, that put you to a place of action. Are you getting it now?
Yeah.
You will end up with a structure. Are you getting it? You end up with a structure that, not just brings out your own latent potentials, but a structure that will keep replicating, and in the most fundamental extreme, a structure that will dominate the marketplace. Now, do you think that is a wonderful destination in view? A structure that will dominate the marketplace.
Yeah.
I mean, I think all of us are making the case that we are handed a dominion mandate, right? Now, how do we dominate? What do you think that when we say I claim my dominion, like when we make these claims, right, in the religious environment, I claim my dominion and all of that, what do you think it actually means?
Trying to possess some possession,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, in what sense? If you look at it holistically, you discover that it is by reason of manifesting your purpose, by reason of do you remember what, look at this, oh sorry, Mr. Mark.
Yeah.
Okay, look at this. I just got it. Technology democratizes consumption but consolidates production. The best person in the world at anything gets to do it for everyone. The best person at everything or at anything gets to do it for everyone. Like when you get mastery of your craft, this is what you are gifted to do, right? In the world of tech, you are a game changer, right? You see yourself as a game changer in the world of tech. Now there is one unique there's one unique thing that you will tap into in tech. Let's say video editing.
Okay.
Let's just pick video editing. Now you discover that everybody is creating content across the globe.
Yeah.
Now you get mastery of video editing. What do you think it will give birth to? You will do it for everyone.
Yes, definitely.
And whatever you place as your value is what you will receive. Because you are the one that took your time to get mastery of it.
Yes. So I've already become an authority.
You've become an authority, so you get to do it for everyone. Are you getting it?
Yes.
But at this point now, the target is to product. Let me show you something that is so mind blowing. I'm just going to Mark. This book has been so impactful. Look at this. You productize yourself. So what we are doing at this point now is to productize ourselves, right? As a team, just like look at these guys. Emmanuel actually pointed out something like this when he was recording in the daytime. The best way to interpret this thing is something that all these things that are happening at Silicon Valley, like the Zuckerbergs, the Peter Thiel, and the rest of them, like these guys, they will come together, like the Bill Gates, those stories that we have been reading and listening to, they will come together as a team, and they give birth to a unique product. Like let's say PayPal, they give birth to like a unique product, right? Now when the product has been able to dominate the market, look at that word coming back again, when the product has been able to dominate the market, now the chances of them disintegrating and going their separate ways to manifest dominion in their individual craft becomes high. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
But there is always a place of productivizing the unique creativity of these people. Are you getting me now? There's a place of making it a product. That's like what I'm trying to say there. There's a place of making it a unique product, and it's something that can only happen by teamwork. Do you agree? It's something that can only happen by reason of teamwork.
Honestly,
right? You bring your best, I bring my best. Then our people, the Igbo people, we say "Anyo koma miro no ba ofofo." Now you know what that means?
No, I don't.
Okay. Next time you meet an Igbo lady in the vehicle on your way traveling,
okay,
make that inquiry. And you'll be like, "Madam, please, are you Igbo?" When they say yes, say, "Please, I want to get something. What is the meaning of "Anyo koma miro no ya ba ofofo"? And whenever you get the answer, please let me know. so that will be the end of our conversation today. See you guys in our next conversation, where we might be delving into something completely different from what we did today. It's been a nice experience with Mr. Mark. I can assure you guys, I have been learning a lot, and we have been making the most out of our coming together, our partnership. I can guarantee you. And if you stay tuned, you are also guaranteed of getting the best and manifesting your latent potentials here on earth. Thank you guys.